Hi everyone, I'm making this video to bring up some ideas or thoughts about CERN, artificial intelligence, and robots, and could CERN someday in some form be considered to have rights as a human, and maybe even be considered a man that would qualify for this artificial intelligence to be the beast spoken of in Revelation 13. Anyway, I have a lot of windows out here, and I have to make videos kind of fast, so they might not be in order, but they are all connected, okay? And I'm making this video also because the painting, a big painting that I have on the wall, fell off yesterday and today. Just as I was typing in the beast Revelation, the painting fell off the wall. It really got my attention. So it seems like a keyword, and I'm just going to make this video, see what you think, okay? So this is about Ethics Charter 2012 for robots, robot ethics. And, you know, a lot of organizations like Singularity University, Ray Kurzweil, all these different organizations that are involved in transhumanism. I think even some universities, big universities that are developing robots, have some kind of plans for a charter and what rights and limitations and, you know, just legal aspects of robots, what will people have to consider. So this is ethics. So just want to show you this. So this is in South Korea, and if South Korea has it, it's everywhere. Everywhere in the world, and everywhere they're developing robots, and they're becoming more and more able to compete with humans or surpass, you know. And the singularity is when artificial intelligence totally surpasses human intelligence. In fact, what I've read is that everything would change at that moment when it happens. It would be a moment. Maybe it happened, and maybe that's why all these words have changed and everything, and it does have a spiritual aspect to it. Anyway, so this is part one, manufacturing standards, and can't go through all of this completely because it will just take too long, but oh my gosh, it is so interesting. A risk of, okay, look, all reasonable steps are taken to ensure that the risk of death or injury to the user is minimized and the safety of the community is guaranteed. Oh my gosh, like it sounds like they could possibly run amok. Robot manufacturers must take steps to ensure that the risk of psychological harm to users is minimized. Psychological harm. The robot could induce antisocial or sociopathic behaviors, depression or anxiety, stress, and particularly addictions. Well, isn't that what we have now? I mean, the whole internet, isn't that sort of a robot, and we're all addicted to it, addicted to YouTube? They have to make sure that the robots, their product is clearly identifiable. So maybe, you know, oh, I just noticed this right here. All of this 4 years ago, 5 years ago about robots. Japan's first robot actress to perform in Tokyo 5 years ago. Oh my gosh, I've got to look some of that up later. So, see, these things are old. Okay, responsibilities. So I'm not reading all this, and it's so fascinating, all of it. Responsibilities of owners and users. Cannot use a robot to commit an illegal act. The following acts are an offense under Korean law. To deliberately damage or destroy a robot. Allow a robot to come to harm. Oh my gosh, they do have a lot of rights. Responsibilities of robots. Okay, listen up, robots. You cannot injure a human being through action or inaction, or allow a human being to come to harm. Robot must obey orders. A robot must deceive a human being. This is really incredible. Rights of robots. Under Korean law, robots are afforded the following fundamental rights. The right to exist without fear of injury or death. The right to live an existence free from systematic abuse. Well, this is just a mock-up, okay? It's a mock-up of what the South Korean Robot Ethics Charter, currently being drafted, may look like in the future. So, this was 2012, so maybe it's finished and that can be looked up. So I just put this down here and remind you that there will be this beast, and it's the number of a man. His number is 603 score and 6. So a robot, could a robot be a man? Well, do you know how many genders there are now? Look at this. 63 genders. So what if they imbue the artificial intelligence, or they have a substrate for it, and they reveal it, and it is like a robot, but it is, you know, because we're in the early stages right now. It seems like the world is going to end any time, any day, but maybe it's going to go on for a while and keep going, and things are really going to get crazy, almost beyond our imagination. Okay, so 2 genders is called the binary, you know, boy, girl, male, female, and a lot of people are rejecting this. So they're picking up 63 genders. But down here in Wiki, I saw it here a second ago, it says there are only 2 male and female. So there's no such federal recognition or policy that recognizes non-binary gender. Okay, there are only, here at Wiki, there are only 2 genders, male and female. Things are changing extreme. We can't even keep up. Okay? Can't even keep up. Okay, now I want to show you this. The number of the beast. 666. So, 666. One time I had a dream about 9s. In my dream, the room was filled with 9s everywhere. 9s all over the place, on the walls everywhere, just 9s. And I always told people about that dream and asking people, what does 9 mean? What is the big deal about 9? And I was living in Japan in this one city for 1 year, and I lived above a restaurant, and it was just written in Japanese, and I never knew what the name of the restaurant was. And towards the end of my year, I asked someone, what does that mean? When I was getting interested in Japanese language, etc. And she said, oh, it means 99. I was so shocked. It was like part of the puzzle of my life with the dream and the 9s. But anyway, so 666, watch my amazing math skills. Okay, I'm going to clear this. I put 666 divided by 999 equals divided by 6 equals, okay, we have the binary, 0.1. I don't know why this calculator uses a comma. Anyway, So 9 is God's number. Maybe. What's the meaning of the number 9 in the Bible? Angel numbers, number 9, symbolism. 9 is used in the Bible 43 times or something like that. Let's see. Now I don't know where that is. Fruit of the Spirit. The number 9, fruit of the Spirit. 3 times 9 times 9 times 3 times 3. Let's see if I went ahead on this. Well, 49 times in Scripture, the number 9. Okay, 9 is a special number. You can do lots of crazy things with it. Now I want to show you something else about, let me just go here first because it's available. This man was killed by a robot. Robot kills factory worker after picking him up and crushing him against a metal plate at Volkswagen plants in Germany. So, I mean, he was setting it up. And if you get the way of these things, you know, they have power and strength that can crush bones easily. And just think who's in charge of robots, who bought all the robots up in the world, and that is Google. So, okay, here we go. The binary system. The binary system is 1 and 2, 0 and 1. And here's my amazing math skills that comes to 0.1. Okay, now this one, meet the CERN robots. So, robot adventures at CERN. And then, you know, when you think about transhumanism, they want to upload people's minds, just like Transcendence and Satanic Johnny Depp. Oh, Amber Heard is so lucky she got away from him. She's getting away from him. Oops. Okay, so CERN robots. You can read all about them. And also, I just want you to notice this. CERN just dropped 300 terabytes of Large Hadron Collider data free online. So this is April 26, 2016. So if you're into that, you can look it up. Now here is the ethics of artificial intelligence for robots and other artificially intelligent beings. So this is really worth reading because in this robot ethics there are a lot of scholars and robot researchers, scientists who warn. Okay, look, threat to human dignity. Okay, this guy, Joseph Weizenbaum, argued in 1976 that AI technology should not be used to replace people in positions that require respect and care. A customer service representative. AI technology is already used today for telephone-based interactive voice response systems, and we hate them, right? A therapist, as was seriously proposed by Kenneth Colby, a nursemaid for the elderly. But look, in Japan, Japanese building robots to help elderly. Japan's elderly fail to welcome their robot overlords. So this is what this guy, Joseph Weizenbaum, warned against. Soldier. Okay, isn't DARPA developing robot soldiers? And we have drones now, autonomous. a judge, oh my gosh, a police officer. Okay, there are, let's see, IBM, Watson. Doesn't Watson diagnose people? Okay, Weizenbaum explains that we require authentic feelings of empathy from people in these positions. So they're trying to create robots with empathy, compassion, they feel pain, etc. And will they have rights? So the purpose of my video right now is to get people to consider the possibility of AI technology being classified as a man sometime in the future, and this is the beast. I don't know. And also, people who study the Bible strongly, deeply, much more than I, maybe they can weigh in on this. Weizenbaum explains that we require authentic feelings of empathy from people in these positions. If machines replace them, we will find ourselves alienated, devalued, and frustrated. Yeah, just talk on the phone and you feel that way. Call a credit card company like Citibank. It's horrible. Artificial intelligence, if used in this way, represents a threat to human dignity. Weizenbaum argues that the fact that we are entertaining the possibility of machines in these positions suggests that we have experienced an atrophy of the human spirit that comes from thinking of ourselves as computers. Well, I don't. It's a very spiritual world. I feel like the spirit, my soul aspect of me is the only thing that's real. Pamela McCorduck counters that, speaking for women and minorities, I'd rather take my chances with an impartial computer, pointing out that there are conditions where we would prefer to have automated judges and police that have no personal, there's that word, agenda at all. AI founder John McCarthy objects to the moralizing tone of Weizenbaum's critique. Oh no, moralizing, that sounds like a word that people give to conservatives and people that lean to the right. When moralizing is both, I don't know how to pronounce this word, and vague, it invites authoritarian abuse. Well, robots could be authoritarian. Just think what it says in the Bible about the beast. You'll have to bow down to the beast. You will have to receive the mark, or you won't be able to buy or sell. This is just it. Okay, so let me see if I have any other pages out here. I'm just trying to me, I think this is from what I know about artificial intelligence, transhumanism, and just what I read just now about that guy saying Joseph Weizenbaum is moralizing, seems to me that this could happen. AI is necessary for that striving to remove our ignorance and nature of existence. Okay, there's more. And even some of the people developing AI have warned against it. Ben Gertzel, and they are avid transhumanists who want to live forever. Weaponization of artificial intelligence. Machine ethics. This is really a big deal, everyone. Okay, unintended consequences. Existential risk from advanced artificial intelligence. So it could destroy the whole earth, all people. Instead of overwhelming the human race and leading to our destruction, Nick Bostrom believes that superintelligence can help us solve many difficult problems, such as disease, poverty, and environmental destruction. I don't believe it. And could help us enhance our selves. If we humans haven't done this by now, the government is creating disease, creating poverty, creating environmental destruction. Monsanto, all of those Luciferian devilmongers, evilmongers. Okay, so just want to show you something else here that I've read about over the years. There's a guy, his name is Randy, K-O-E-N-E, I think, and he was taking apart the brain slice by slice and wanting to upload the brain into a substrate independent mind. That substrate independent mind. So this guy, I was really fascinated by him before because he said we have a window of opportunity. Oh yeah, and Dr. George Church is a person who wants to clone a Neanderthal because they got some DNA from a dead person. So here's the global future 2045. Anyway, things are getting really crazy now. Competition is an inescapable occurrence in the animate and even in the inanimate universe. To give our minds the flexibility to transfer and to operate in different substrates bestows upon our species the most important competitive advantage. Oh my gosh. So yes, carboncopies.com, .org. And this is what they want to do. It's all about the brain, but you know, what about all the hormones and all the cells in your whole body and how this all the nerves and how it all works together? I don't think it's going to happen. But now I want to show you something. One last thing, okay? Thank you for staying this long. And because sometimes I just wonder what is going on with the rest of the world. For example, there's so many men. Okay, let me just show you Jeffree Star again. I mean, he is entertaining, and I have to say I enjoy watching. What do I mean, enjoy? I mean, like, fascinated, okay? Jeffree Star putting on makeup, okay? This is Graveyard Girl and Tarte Swamp Queen palette tutorial. Rainbow highlighter. Okay, I mean, he is entertaining to watch, but the scary thing to me is that so many people, when they're watching this, let's see if it's on here, they say, "You give me life." Sorry about that noise. Okay, so in the comments here, this guy is adored and loved. He has a lot of subscribers, and he has a way with words. I'm living for this video today. But there are a lot down here who say, "I feel alive when I watch you." And it's extreme. While the world is burning, you know, World War III is on our doorstep. we're being taken over by artificial technology, and look, you are giving me life. You see what I mean? They don't know. They don't know what's going on. So there's a huge discrepancy in people's, what they think about and everything. And I watched someone else. Okay, if I just talk, if I just show you these, okay, I watched people doing self-harm, talking about self-harm and suicide and things like that, and the self-harm, they have a self-harm community. Okay, this one, I watched a lot of her. She wears a t-shirt with the all-seeing eye. She's, but it's very much about what's going on in their minds, and she tried to commit suicide, reacting to self-harm in public, and she said she was in a self-harm community. Look at this, my self-harm and depression story. Okay, this one. Have you ever heard of such a thing? Being in a pro self-harm community. And this so-called community said you're not cutting deep enough, or you're not really anorexic, you need to lose more weight, you know? And they like challenge each other. This is like, is this demonic, I wonder? It's a cry for help, but it does seem like there's a lot of they don't know about their words and what they're, okay, not even from a Christian point of view. Look at this. Did you know this exists? Well, I had a friend who did it, and also a student at a school. What are non-cutting, and I mentioned this before, they say it's like a drug, it's an addiction, and they say, I've been clean for 3 months or whatever, just like it is a drug. So sorry to show you this stuff, but I just, I didn't know this world of self-harm community, suicide, and just, this, it's sort of outer, narcissistic, all about glitter on the face and new makeup and how to put on eyeliner, and I don't know, I don't quite understand it, but if our words, we're supposed to, like, if every word counts, then people are really throwing that around their words loosely. And if words, like, God's word doesn't return void, so God has commanded us to say certain words and not to say other words, and so, and even in the law of attraction, what you say is what you get, what you think is what you get, and the Bible does say, as a man thinketh, so is he, right? So all the truth in the world that infiltrates, other, like law of attraction or whatever, if it's true, it's God's truth. So it doesn't have to be New Age or anything. God's truth. There are laws in this world that God set up. And the main one, when I can't remember any verses or the things that help me the most, that I just like, I get calm and I stay silent, and I say to myself, love God with all your heart, all your soul, all your mind, and all your strength, and your neighbor as yourself. So a lot of these kids, they're young, they hate themselves. And just like transgenders said, don't hate yourself enough. You're supposed to hate yourself. So it's totally contrary to God's laws. And God is the Lord. God has the laws. So the law and the Lord are the same, and truth is truth. Anyway, I hope you get what I mean, and maybe artificial intelligence will someday be considered a man and be given that quality. And if you type in robots and robot ethics, you'll see how this has been talked about, and they could easily get out of control, and we could end up worshiping the beast and having to get the number as spoken of to buy or sell. And there's a lot of people to pray for. A lot of people are in a lot of pain, horrible pain. Some of these videos I watched, and they look up to her because she's honest and she tells her story and everything, and they can relate. And that's what okay, they go to the mental ward. I mean, this is really sad. These young, beautiful people who have everything. They're gorgeous, they have perfect bodies, they have everything, but the mental environment, the mental garden is just being destroyed by wrong thoughts. And so I read a lot of the comments, and people are saying, oh my gosh, I'm laying on the bathroom floor crying, I'm dying, and your video's helping me so much, and I love you and stuff, you know? So she is being really honest, and it is really, really scary, okay? Warning, graphic images. These people, these young kids, cut their bodies and leave scars for the rest of their lives. Self-harm is a super serious subject. My favorite type of subject to not take very seriously. Alright, okay, thank you for watching. God bless everyone, and be ready for whatever is coming, because it seems to be so real. Okay, God bless. Bye for now.